What's up guys, Procaster here. I'm doing my Noble Knight deck profile for the July format. As we all know, Reinforcements of the Army went to 2 and Go Your Guardian went to 1, which made this deck a lot more fun to play. So I'm just going to go straight into the deck profile for you guys. So as you can see, I was playing the 1 Noble Knight Artorias, simply because this will be the Lady of the Lake variant. Personally, I find this variant a lot more fun to play, but slightly less competitive compared to the all-out using Veilers as the only tuner in the deck. Now, if Artorias is in the graveyard, you can summon Lady to get Artorias back from the graveyard, and then to go 5 Synchro Play, which is going to be your high Lastodon. If Lady is in the graveyard via you set it and it got destroyed, or you used Foolish Burial to get her into the graveyard, if you get out a level 5 Noble Knight monster, you can then get Lady back from the graveyard by lowering your current Noble Knight monster's level by 1, which will allow you to Synchro Play. Now, this is probably like one of the simpler plays in the deck, and it's actually one of the probably my funnest best play in the deck to actually make. Then I'm just going to go everything else with the 3 Noble Knight Medraut. Pretty much, this guy is the best card in the deck and will make your rank 4 and 5 XCs. And yeah, and then you play the 3 Noble Knight Boars. And this guy combos with Medraut to get your Noble Arms in the graveyard before you go into your rank 4 or 5 XCs. Turn 1, this guy actually gives you a very good advantage. Simply because if you get with the new chain rules, you can only have 5 cards in your hand. If you're going first, you don't get that extra 6 draw during your draw phase, which kind of sucks. But hey, I guess it makes the game slightly different, and difference is always better. Next, I'm playing 2 Noble Knight Gwains. Pretty much, if you control a level 4 light normal monster, you can special summon Gwain in defense mode to go for that XC. If not, Gwain has the strongest Noble Knight monster by itself with 1900 attack. So you can just summon Gwain, equip him with say Excalibur or Destiny, and it becomes a monster that's going to be pretty hard for your opponent to get over. Then you play the 1 Gauchavad. Pretty much, Gauchavad's effect is primarily used to get back Gwain, just so you can make that another rank 4 XC, which makes you should only ever play 1 Gauchavad ever. And then for the 1-ofs, I'm playing the 1 Dryston. When this guy is equipped with a Noble Arms card, you must destroy face up. That doesn't sound very helpful, but if you're going second, summoning Dryston and equipping him with something to destroy your opponent's face up monster is actually a really good play. Especially if you equip him with Queen Noble Arms, he gains 300 attack, and if he was destroyed by a card effect, you can just destroy Queen instead. And he's still at an 1800 beta, which is very strong against your opponent. Then I'm playing the 1 Brothers. Pretty much, you can use this effect to special summon more Noble Knight monsters from your hand, but if you do, you can only make your Noble Knights XC plays. So, but the problem with Brothers is if you use this effect to special summon more Noble Knight monsters from your hand, if you opponent Torrentials or something else, you're going to lose more than 1 monster, and which is going to be very bad for the deck. But he does a 2400 defense, so if you were going second, you can actually just set him on a bluff and set a rule to create something. So when you're on your next turn, you can then go for a better play. And you have 1 Noble Knight Ishtar. Pretty much this guy can be special summoned by banishing 2 Noble Knight monsters from your graveyard. And equipping him with Queen makes him a 1900 beta that can pretty much just get over anything. So Ishtar, when you have nothing else, is actually very good. And then speaking of which, is Noble Arms Queen. Pretty much this card is the best equip card in the entire deck. Once she's in the graveyard, she just sets up all your plays because you can just equip her from the graveyard to any Noble Knight monster, making Ishtar a 1900 beta, making Dristan a 21 beta that can't be destroyed by a card effect, or if he was, he can just destroy Queen instead. Sets up your Boars play, and sets up Gauchavad to get back your Gwain. So Queen is indeed the best Noble Arms card in the deck. And that's it for the monsters. For the spells, I'm playing 2 Noble Knights of the Round Table, and instead of playing the 3rd copy, I'm playing 1 Terraforming. Simply because I would rather just search out the tables than actually drawing into it, just so you thin out your deck. Tables' effect is if you control 3 Noble Knight monsters in your graveyard or on your side of the field, you can send a Noble Knight monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now this is useful to getting your Ishtar in the graveyard to use as effect later in the game, your Gwaine in the graveyard to set up your Gauchavad, and send your Artorigus into the graveyard to help with your Lady of the Lake plays. But this is really one of the main things you can do with the card, because achieving its other 2 or 3 effects requires either having 6, 9, or 12 Noble Knights in the graveyard, which actually gets pretty hard because you will be banishing some Noble Knights to make Ishtar, or to special summon Ishtar, I should say, which makes having only 2 tables is useful. Everything else is either really hard to achieve or just kind of pointless. Yeah, and then for the other spells, I'm playing the 2 Rotors. Oh man, this deck has gone so much more fun having 2 Rotors. Going first with 5 cards into Rotor and a Noble Arms equip just sets up your rank 5 XCs with 4 equips, and it's just crazy. It's the best card to go to 2 for the deck, honestly. Then I'm playing 2 Kaisers. This is to slow down your opponent and to make them waste their MSTs on Kaiser instead of your Excalibur, because Excalibur will be protecting your XC plays from 101 or any card that targets really. And then I'm playing 2 Forbidden Lance. This is a deck that relies on its normal summon. So if you normal summon, they get Boneless Torrential, you just lance it to protect it, and then you can just go off. It's crazy. Then for we've got 2 Pot of Dualities. I actually really enjoy Pot of Duality in the deck, simply because you're gonna have a bunch of dead bricked hands where you can have more Noble Arms than Noble Knights, and it just gets really out of control when that happens, and it just helps to get out your certain cards you need. Sorry, it helps you get to your cards that you need, so it can get to your Kaiser's Decree or your Round Table, and can even get up to your your Lances or to your Noble Arms or Noble Knight cards, which helps the deck a lot. And then for the 1-ups, I'm playing Foolish Burial. This card is useful to get out your Artorigus to the graveyard, or Lady of Lake, or Ishtar, or anything that you ever need in the graveyard. Foolish Burial will do it, and it's just the best 1-off. And then I'm playing 1 Soul Charge. If you have a Madrot in the graveyard, you can just get out Madrot, equip him with Queen, and then make it rank 4 XC, but simply, you're never really going to need a second Soul Charge. And when you thin your deck out with your Foolish Burial, Terraforming, Pod Dualities, having Soul Charge in your hand is more common than you may think. And then for the Noble Arms cards, I'm playing the 2 Excalibur, 2 Destiny, 1 Aphrodite, 1 Gallatin, and 1 Caliburn. Excalibur is probably the best equip in my opinion, because it protects your monsters from targeting. Destiny protects your monsters from being destroyed by opponent's card effects and battle once per turn. Aphrodite is pretty much to lose 500 attack to destroy a set card, which is useful to use before going to your XC plays, so you can just clear your opponent's back row. Gallatin increases your opponent's monster by 1,000. Useful to get over really hard monsters. And Caliburn pretty much makes your opponent gain 500 attack, and where you can gain 500 life points once per turn, which is very good turn 1 with Medrot, because you then essentially go up by 1,500 life points. And that's it for the spells. For the traps, keeping it simple by playing 3 Royal Decrees. I had some comments in my last video saying Royal Decree was to main Royal Decree was the best card, simply because a lot of decks now will playing will have heavy back row. So yeah, I'm playing the 3 Royal Decrees, and this is a 40 card main deck. Now for the extra deck, I'm playing 2 Notorious King of the Noble Knights. Pretty much this isn't usually the most common XC you'll ever make in the deck if you didn't use Madrot, or if you didn't use Madrot. So pretty much this guy, you can just detach a material to destroy spell trap cards equal to the amount of Noble Arms cards you control on your side of the field. So they don't necessarily need to be attached to this guy, it's just as they're on your field, you can use them to destroy your opponent's back row. And then you play 2 Sacred Noble Knight King Artorigus. Pretty much you can detach a material from this guy to destroy a monster on the field, which is perfect with Kaiser because you can detach material, destroy your opponent's only monster, and attack directly for like 3,000 to 4,000 damage. And it's amazing. Then for the synchros, I'm playing 2 Ignoble of High Lancers. Pretty much when this guy is equipped, you can equip a Noble Arms card from your group deck, and every time this guy destroys a monster by a battle, at the end of the battle, battle phase, you can add a Noble Arms or Noble Knight from your deck to your hand, which is useful to adding back your Medrot if you know next turn this guy was going to get destroyed. And then for the level 6 synchro, I'm playing 1 Goyo Guardian. This card is actually hilarious to make because if your opponent is using like a synchro base deck, you can just make Goyo attack, take control of it, and it's just gonna be like pretty funny. Yeah, then for the rest of the XCs, I'm playing 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Silent Ononarch, 1 Starliege. Starliege is pretty much the same as a 1 of 1, where it just negates their monster's effect, and reduces their attack to 0. And then I'm playing 1 Diamond Direwolf to get around like really hard cards. 1 Blade Armor Ninja, simply because you have to Kree up and you can just like do some like massive damage. 1 Black Strip of Corn to get around cards you can't usually get around, and 1 Hotline Draco. I play this instead of Gaga Cowboy simply because you can just attack directly for 2,000, and it's actually one of the best cards to win with. Anyway, so that was my Noble Knight deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just comment below me and I will try and answer them. Thanks for watching. This is Pro Custard signing out.